87% of all cannabis dispensaries in that city are owned by white men. The city council is therefore launching a race-based toolkit to create more black-owned pot shops. Jason Rantz is our Seattle guy, and he joins me now. What's this? They don't want white folks to run the cannabis business in Seattle? Is that it?
Yeah, they're very upset. So they're going to basically give out free marijuana licenses to what they're calling social equity applicants, which is defined not just in a condescending way, but it's defined to pretty much only apply to black business owners. So if you're white or Asian, Native American, Latino, you're not actually going to get them to be able to operate a pot shop in the Seattle area. At the same time, this council is pushing pot shop owners to hire 10% of its staff from the criminal community, so drug dealers or other drug criminals, because according to these folks, the war on drugs disproportionately harm black people. So now they're basically using this as a form of reparations. But at the end of the day, what this actually does, based on the process that they're adopting, is put more pot shops in black and Latino communities where there are already a ton of them. And that just doesn't seem very wise for any community, frankly, to be overrun with pot shops. So I don't quite think they have thought this one through.
Before we leave this subject, Jason, this is set in concrete. They're going to do it. This is the plan, and they're going to execute, for sure.
They introduced 3 bills. It looks like, as of right now, they have all the votes. So short of some last-minute changes, it would appear that this is what they're going to do.
I'm going to move on to Virginia, because you'll be interested in this one. The state education department there wants to remove the words George Washington, the father of our country, and James Madison, father of the Constitution, from state tests. Jason, that sounds like something that would come out of San Francisco or Seattle, right?
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is, it sounds like now it's coming out of all places in the United States. You have a lot of folks who get shocked when they see this kind of wokeness coming up in their neighborhoods or in their states and realize, no, this education system has been overrun by folks on the far left. And I know the Department of Education is basically saying, oh, this was an error. I don't believe that at all. This is CRT in action, this belief that the country was founded in white supremacy, and since all our founding fathers are racist, by 2022 standards, we have to completely erase them. And I think it's ironic because you have left-wing activists effectively claiming that we shouldn't whitewash some of the more shameful pieces of our history, which I don't think we should. But the left also wants to use that history to editorialize the country and its institutions, and yet at the same time, they're saying we should erase parts of our history that we don't like on the left. I just think that that is absurd.
I agree entirely, Jason. And thank you very much for being on the show to point these things out. We always appreciate it. That's Jason Rantz.
Thanks, Stuart. I appreciate it.
Governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, has announced a new plan to